guest today is photojournalist Augustine Gonzalez, the photographer of this week's cover story. So in print and online this week, you'll see a story about the Tarrant County Jail. We reviewed 383 pages of complaints from members of the Tarrant County Jail population and published several of those stories. It's important to remind folks that we're talking about the county jail system. We're talking about a lot of pre-trial, legally innocent individuals who, for a variety of reasons, are just stuck in this building. So Augustine, I gave you a description of the story and a few of the stories from the folks inside of here. How did you go about documenting this building?
So when I first got here, I tend to try to scope out the area just to see where everything's at, where my subject's going to be for the most part. I know me and you had talked about the ins and outs of the place, and just trying to get better angle on, the building.
So what were some of your first images you took?
So right away, I had met a guy, and building trust with somebody is the biggest, kind of like the hardest part, especially somebody getting out of jail.
Right.
The last thing they want to do is talk to a photographer, photojournalist, media, whatever it may be. So building the trust with them was kind of a key point in order for me to get the images that I needed to get.
Okay. Was that one of the photos that ended up in the story?
Yeah.
Good. The back of the gentleman's head. So that was interesting because a lot of these individuals, we only have their names might be redacted. We may only know part of their name. They may still be in jail, so we weren't able to access the people's stories. But you gave face to them by showing this man's release. Right. So that kind of humanized the story. The other photos are of the building. You had a real interesting one of this street sign here.
Right.
It looked like something that could be in a fine art gallery.
Right.
So how did you think of that angle?
For the most part, I kind of wanted to take something that was fairly beautiful.
Yes.
It was something that really wasn't very beautiful, so I kind of did the contrast between both of them.
And of course, also one of the photos is of the front of the building, and I liked how it had just a little bit of grittiness to it. It wasn't a very inviting, warm photo. You kind of captured the darker aspects of the building, and even the flag was kind of tied up. So the one thing that might be kind of beautiful to look at was wrapped around, and it wasn't even in its normal position. So what was that photograph about?
When it comes to me documenting certain things, I always look for flags because the flags tend to tell you everything. And the way I saw it wrapped around that pole, kind of like in the kind of ugly way,
Yes. We also had one, we didn't use this photo, but we'll show it in the video. It was a very vertical angle on the building, and it kind of captured just the heights of this building and gives you a sense of vertigo when looking at it. You get kind of dizzy looking at it. So what was that one about?
I think that was it. I think you hit the mark. Kind of dizzy.
Feel kind of lost.
Yeah, kind of lost. Greater than life kind of deal. Never ending. Yeah. So I think that was it.
Well, how did you get them to talk to you and open up at all?
You kind of you try to relate to their situation. That's for the most part, and that's where that trust comes in. Smoking a cigarette works, sharing a cigarette and just getting to talk to them as a human being and not as a story. Not just a story.
Not just a subject.
Not just a subject.
And folks may not know this about you. You hang out with another photojournalist at the weeklies published numerous times, Jason Brimmer. And so he's really good at getting, I can tell from his photographs in the East Side communities, and getting comfortable with these people and photographing them in their environment in a very honest, comfortable way. So did you learn some of these techniques from watching Jason?
Yes.
And what does he do? What did you learn from him?
So Jason Brimmer is somebody I met during the protest. And me and him just kind of clicked, and for the most part, he has been kind of like a mentor to me. Taught me a lot of just being patient and not getting emotional. Because there are going to be times where people don't want to take, have their picture taken or want to talk to you. And for the most part, when that happens, you can't take it to the heart. So patience and not getting emotional is two things that you taught me, for sure.
What was different about this one from your other gigs?
If I'm being honest, it was my first assignment. So I knew I had to blow it out of the waters. I know it's just a building. I can easily stand right here and take a picture of it. But to me, it's just, you kind of have to have different perspectives on the building, on the way it's structured, the way it's looked at. Also, too, I think it's perspective between this building and this school.
The juxtaposition.
Yeah, I found that very interesting.
Well, tell folks your Instagram handle.
So my Instagram handle is Agustin Gonzalez. I also have another one called Matt Mathis, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, cool. And look forward, we will publish as many photos as we can on Instagram at the Fourth Weekly. You'll see some photos that we didn't have room to publish in print, but by all means, check out the story. Augustine, for your first assignment, you did an incredible job.
Thank you.
We appreciate it, and we look forward to working with you again.
Thank you.